Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Official Naija FPL. I have with me the usual suspects. To my left is,
Yo, stick that boy.
my right,
Prof. Oskie.
and
Abinibi FC Bond.
all right. So it's been an interesting game week. Lots of up and downs. Some games we thought were going to be very easy. We saw surprises there.
Crazy.
If I say you guess, there will be no prizes for that. So let's start with Arsenal Everton. Oscar, what do you feel?
Arsenal Everton. I had a feeling it was going to be a banana peel.
Banana.
Oh yeah,
Hey, slipping and sliding.
it's always been funny on that ground for Arsenal. Yeah, you remember that it was the same reason we didn't finish top four because we had the Richarlison heartbreak last season and all of that, and it came to repeat itself. And I mean it was a game made in Burnley, to be honest. We're playing Everton, but we're actually playing against Burnley. The goal itself was even made in Burnley, from the assist to the goal, to the coach, to the gaffer, and everything. But yeah, it was a reality check for Arsenal. A reality check. But again, I still stand by it that Arsenal is divine this season, because if Arsenal could have played that bad and still have the same point gap at the top, and the other teams lost points, then there's a divine.
Abbas gone spiritual.
So you say that's what happens when you're going to win the league.
It's called Champions Luck.
So if I go to the City game, what do you think, Bond? Arsenal? Do you think Arsenal is losing some steam? Some players getting fatigued? Or does the coach need to freshen things up in the team or whatever?
See, the thing about it is Pep said something. It's hard to keep players at a certain level consistently. It's really difficult. The top teams are the ones that are able to have players that can come and freshen them things up. It's not even just large, just the personalities that can come in, that can just change things up. Or able to keep that squad motivated for the whole season. So I can, it's not just now. Partey has not been off since for about 2 or 3 games.
Martinelli,
and when Partey is off, Martinelli too has been off since the World Cup. So you can tell those guys, and you could tell the manager is saying it as well, because that's why he went for Jorginho and this kind of guys. But however, I mean, we both know that the players, the replacements, are not the same level. Even mentality.
I agree. So I was going to say probably we should have bought the players. We should have bought. I went for the first choice players, but again, another team got those players and they're still not doing well. Sticky, what's happening with Chelsea? I mean, they signed that many players. They signed everybody.
I love that entrance.
They signed everybody
beautifully done.
Well, and still they can't score. What's going on?
It's crazy. We all know, Chelsea facing a lot right now. We're spending money.
What are you facing? Let me understand.
They're going through a blue period.
A blue period, the sagas have been up and on, and Potter has not really lived up to expectations. I wouldn't say I blame him totally, because now that we're signing players, new players, it is going to be hard. Right? It is going to be hard to fit them into the team and get that chemistry immediately. It will take a bit of time. So I mean, for me, I'll just say, if you're talking about Chelsea, if you're looking at Chelsea, just give them time to.
So let me just dive into FPL a bit. So you should avoid Chelsea assets for now.
Well, not necessarily avoid Chelsea assets. I mean,
how do you even know who's going to play?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
The rest, I don't know.
Kepa has been yielding points. Keeping clean sheets, saves.
James is back.
James is back. Chilwell is back. There's Thiago, but Shile is not doing bad. So I mean, like I said, just give Chelsea a bit of time to.
I see you had Modric in your team. How did that go? No, I want to say I see you have Modric in your team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used my wild card. Okay. Coming to the game week, and I just felt he would be like a thunderbolt. Running through.
He gave you one solid point, right?
Yeah. I mean, Longstaff was on my bench. But yeah, we move. I
actually, to be fair, I watched the Chelsea game, and I think Chelsea played very well.
Yeah.
I think there's just one part that the coach has to make a decision on, and I think Havertz is not a 9.
No, it's not.
There are a lot of chances that
a 9
were scoffed, and to be honest, if they had a different 9 on the pitch, then maybe they would have won the game. And if they continue with Havertz, I think they will lose more games.
Yeah, I agree.
So they have some new boys. There's the guy that came in, Fofana.
Fofana guy.
Yeah, Fofana played very well.
I played actually really well as a
very
9.
well. Yeah, I think.
Energetic.
Yeah, I think they should try him in that.
I said so.
I think Havertz needs to rest. He has not.
Havertz needs to rest. Mount needs to rest.
Okay,
you know.
Let me first. Manchester City. What's going on in that team? So let's even talk about football first before we go to their underground runs. What's happening football wise with Man City, Oscar?
It's hard to explain. It's honestly hard to explain.
Is it?
But I don't think it is time for us to decide that there's something wrong with City.
Okay.
Point wise, they're not doing badly at this stage of the season. It's just that there's a team that is super doing well. Do you get what I mean? But if you do it like a comparison over the seasons, they're not so off the mark, right? Then I really do not want to judge them with the Spurs game. The reason I don't want to judge them with the Spurs game is there are some days like that where the other team came to play.
And
right?
they don't really win.
That game was played for
anyway.
that game was played for Kane. Right? Those Spurs players have never played that well. Have not played that well this season. Did you guys watch them? It wasn't so much about City.
Game a lot.
It was the fact that Spurs raised their game,
but we did say here that Spurs will raise that game.
Yeah, we
said here.
I know. Yeah, we said it exactly.
But I didn't expect City to blank. I thought probably 2-1 Spurs or something like that. But Haaland didn't even get a touch.
See, the truth about it is, I mean, we've said here as well that Haaland is not the same without De Bruyne.
True.
You know, even if it's just, if you look at the
amount
of assists.
So is Pep resting De Bruyne? But there was no Champions League in midweek. So why did he start him?
I mean, De Bruyne played the second half. Yeah, and we didn't see as much difference. So the truth is, it might be a De Bruyne factor. I agree with Bond, but it might not be a De Bruyne factor as well, in the sense that Haaland has been very poor against the big teams when he's playing away. Right? Yeah. I was trying to say that when you look at the number of touches Haaland has in a game, right? You tend to see that Haaland is just about scoring goals. But in this particular game, I was actually impressed because I saw him come back to even help the team. But even at that, man. But it's good. City should continue on.
Whatever.
Is that you know, we're about to talk about the other off-field things. Do you think they knew that was coming and that affected the performance on the day?
What do you mean? Did obviously no.
Because they will they will know about that thing before the rest of the world.
But the players may not even have
it's been coming and going,
Pep,
since 2018.
And his other assistant manager. But the players may not really have much intel regards that. Or they feel that maybe just one of those rumors. They had same acquisition from years back. They were found not guilty, even though they were fined. I mean, I don't know how it works, but they're not guilty. But right now, this one looks like a big hammer.
Can we not? Is it possible we don't take the credit off Spurs?
No. I'm
like we are literally feeling like something happened to City.
No.
Spurs. We're still discussing about
the annihilation of Spurs in Etihad in the second half. So it made us realize that City had another gear. So the first half of that game was very similar to the whole of this game.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the thing. So City didn't. First of all, why was City playing like that in the first half of that game? So then they now entered second half and then did boom.
You know what? He does it. He's playing. If he's playing Foden and Bernardo or whoever, right? And so you can just switch them and bring in Mahrez and Grealish. But this time around, Foden was not even.
Mahrez started now, right?
Yeah, I'm saying Foden was not even in the
picture,
on the team sheet.
Yeah,
dribbling on the bench. So there's something wrong with that team.
I think there's in our squabble because the Cancelo leaving, when Cancelo left,
it was just
you can tell that someone they're trying to quell something. You don't let such an important player go like that.
It's Pep trying to show everybody
that his boss. Yeah,
that his boss.
One last question: do you think Pep has overstayed?
I don't know about overstayed. He just won the season last year.
Yeah, so I mean, is it time to move on?
How about overstayed?
I'm just asking. Do you think
he's going for the champs?
Okay, what club?
Oh God!
On another thing, no.
Craziness. That's a better question.
We've seen great coaches in Fergie and Wenger and all of that. Yeah, and I think we make decisions too fast in modern day football. Yeah, Klopp is Klopp. He's one of the best in the world. Pep is Pep, the best in the world, right?
Not one of.
No. I have to correct that.
I see what you did there.
You know what I mean? So when you let Pep go, who comes? When you let Klopp go, who comes?
Prof.
I'm just saying they're allowed to have one bad season.
Yeah.
They've set the bar so high that you don't even expect them to have a bad season.
But truly,
and Pep is not even having a bad season.
Won 2 cups last season, and they got they pushed.
I think it would be premature to take away.
Yeah.
See, they're not Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I think it'd be premature.
What do you mean they're not Chelsea?
No, they're not Chelsea. I mean, it's Chelsea that does those kind of knee-jerk reactions.
Oh yeah.
On a manager.
True.
I'm saying a manager that is doing well. You don't say as lost how many games.
Which other team is there? Newcastle. They're still doing what they have to do. But so far, I thought Man U were going to come in 2 games in the game week.
So I watched the Man U
Arsenal
game.
City,
I watched the Man U game with a whole lot of Man U fans.
Title and everything. Yeah.
And they showed the table before the game, and they started by saying, if we win this game, we'll be 5 points behind. No, they even go that far.
No,
so we'll be 5 points behind.
Yeah,
it brings us into, as I said, you see, I don't start to calculate. But myself, I expected that game to be
mine should. I mean, really.
Now, I really...
That's the EPL effect.
And now
that game, no, it's not EPL effect. That game made me realize the weakness in Ten Hag. And that will be the weakness in Man U. That team is perfect. He's starting to tinker and looking for what was Rashford doing on the right wing for the most of that game.
Yeah, I saw that part when he switched him.
They now brought him on 9, and all of a sudden they're picking. Take him out. They put the work. See, why are you changing what works?
Sure, we're trying to think
like you're trying to make this work horse, whatever his name was.
From the left, it's still better.
Exactly,
but not from the right.
You know about Garnacho? Garnacho looked like he was playing with his senior brothers.
But guess what? Now, so they had Weghorst first half, plus second half. They were not crossing to him. They subbed him. Rashford switched, and all of a sudden, we were getting crosses.
Because first of all, because you have Rashford there to cross and Garnacho, so those are the 2 people to cross. Now Garnacho can't even.
These are drivers.
Exactly.
No, but what I'm saying is that why? So the tactics should be like, you have a big man in front, get the ball to him.
My point is, how are you going to get someone like Rashford to be crossing?
Then why play Weghorst?
That's my point. Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. That I didn't understand the formation.
So you see the thing here.
Sancho
I watched the match again. I watched that match again. The Man U Leeds match. Yeah.
Good game.
It was the scoreline is what was making us have these discussions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Game started 30 seconds in. Leeds scores.
Boom.
Yeah. Good
goal.
Second half, almost the same thing happens.
Yeah.
A few minutes into the second half, Leeds scores again. Right. That thing always unsettles most teams.
True.
But when you look at the stats of that game, you're literally seeing like it's 70-30. You're saying that Man U had almost 30%, 30 chances.
This wasn't him again. For Man U, Garnacho wasn't him again. There are 2 glaring chances he missed. One from Bruno twice.
Yeah, you understand. So I just think Man U had way more. I mean, they're playing almost last season. They're playing in the second leg.
Yeah.
No, but my point is, I agree with you. I mean, Man U should have won that game easily.
They're just not clean,
right? No. If you see that game, right, that first half, and ask any Man U fan,
better in second half, actually.
right? The first half was woeful, right? And then the second half, because they came with that same nonsense, right? Those guys just came and did the same thing and scored them again. So, but when they just changed, you could feel the football.
Yeah.
Even the guy said, "We have gotten just before the goal, we've gotten our mojo back." But by that time, you could see they were tired. Rashford was tired by the end of that.
And game. Sancho had his one good game in 5.
Yeah.
Come on now. No, Sancho played, and Sancho is not a bad player. The truth about it is,
that goal, the keeper. What do you think? The keeper could have.
He went to a crowd.
Yeah,
he went to a crowd. Come on, I mean.
But I mean, reflex. That's reflex. All right, guys. So let's take a break, and we will be right back. Welcome back, guys. Please follow us, like, share, and all that. Let's grow the community. We're about 3,000 managers
Official
now.
Naija FPL.
110,000 managers. We have gifts, we have prizes. People are winning. Oscar, have you won anything so far?
I need to.
No. I'm trying to leave it for people to win.
Okay.
Philanthropy.
but like I said, when I figured out a couple of people have won and everything, I'm going to take the last 10 game weeks by storm.
No, but Oscar is doing well. I mean, guys.
He's on the up and up.
I'm feeling threatened.
Green,
What are the secrets?
I just think in this last game week, if you are not in the 90 gang, you should rest.
Jesus.
Our producer is not smiling.
Guy, he just scripted to the 90 gang now. Like Mama just put in leg in toe for 90.
Oh, it's the 90 gang, man.
He put in toe for 90.
Let's discuss game week 23. Who are your star players, Sticky? Or who are your must-haves?
Let me take a look at my team. So I used my wild card last week.
Wow, child.
I have Longstaff. Yeah, of course I have Kane.
And it's good, right?
I have Haaland.
But who do you think is the person in that team that's...
That's what I'm even trying to, man, it's tricky, especially this particular game week. But yeah, my must-haves are Rashford, Kane. I'll still stick with Haaland.
Don't look at you. You did so well, yeah. Because you're struggling to know who.
I mean, like,
who
yeah.
did
So my
scored 81.
It's like Sticky is not focusing on the double.
So
game.
my must-haves are the Arsenal guys because they have 2 double game weeks in the next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
2 games.
Yeah.
So they have a double game week next one, then a game, and then a double game week. So I personally
All out Arsenal.
I've gone all out. I've tripled up on Arsenal players.
Wild card?
Wow.
I popped my wild card as well last game week.
Okay.
So I've gone all 3 Arsenal, but I'm going all 3 Arsenal attack, and I'm done a little differently from most people.
No defender.
Because there are too many.
Conceding,
They have been conceding, and they're not giving they are not giving assists from the defense as they used to.
Okay.
So it's now just the odd goal here and there. So I don't think that's worth for me keeping an Arsenal defender. But I've gone all 3, so I'm gone Nketiah, Odegaard, and Saka.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, look, if anything good comes from Arsenal, it will come from those 3. So
Any City player?
Pardon?
Any City player?
Oh yeah, so I've gone. I have, of course, everybody has the animal himself, and so I have I have him and I have Mahrez, and I have Mahrez there.
Interesting. Is he from?
Yeah, it's because in form. To be honest, I got Mahrez there because my team, I couldn't afford Rashford. I was really trying to get Rashford, but I couldn't get him. I had like point something off to get Rashford, so Mahrez was my second best option because I wanted to triple up on Manu as well. But that's probably not a good thing since I'm going to blank in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where
Oscar,
I am.
what are your must-haves?
6 players from City and Arsenal. So I think Bond is smart by having Nketiah all attackers, but I cannot afford to have negatives because I want to sell an Arsenal player for an attacker. So where he has Nketiah, I have Ben White, and I think Ben White will keep a clean sheet in the first game, right? Probably not against Man City.
Brentford.
Yeah, I mean it's Brentford, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal takes Brentford matches personal.
Yeah.
I've not done that many jobs. It's just a couple of...
Yeah, and for City, pretty much I'm not changing because I always had these players, right? So I have Ake, I have Mahrez, and I have Haaland.
But I see many people are on the Mahrez bandwagon. What's happening to De Bruyne? Is this expensive or
So,
you think
I
and guess what?
yeah,
Champions League is
expensive.
back. So with Pep, I'm so worried about. I can't say I can guess Pep because so Haaland will play, Edison will play, but it may tweak. Yeah, and
I agree with you. So for me, like I said, I told you my reason why I chose Mahrez, but with the reason why I'm not De Bruyne is because De Bruyne, get me. It allows me to have a lot more. I mean, I have a couple of money on the bench now, so I have money in the bank because of that.
I got money in the bank.
I got money in the bank. So and it's expensive. And so he came in second half last game. He's not injured. Why is he coming up in the second half?
So this is why I think Bond. Yeah, I think people are going on Mahrez because City's lean on the wings right now, so you're almost sure Mahrez will play, right? Pep has a major headache on his neck, and he's trying to balance it, and that headache comes in the name of Alvarez.
He wants to play him.
Because of how well Haaland has done, right? He's also seen that teams are starting to find out Haaland. So he's trying to get the balance of Alvarez. And Alvarez can play the midfield and the attack and join in on the attack very well. That 8 role. Very well, right? And once Alvarez comes, it would basically affect De Bruyne's playtime. I think so.
So De Bruyne, wow. Wow.
Prof.
That's a strong session. What about this Lewis guy? It's 3.9 or 4.0. It's quite cheap.
He's actually quite cheap. The thing about it is they're not keeping clean sheets. And he's not done enough offensively for me to be someone to
I agree with you. You're not keeping clean sheets. But Arsenal will score them. I mean, really, Arsenal should score them. Then good old Martinelli. This time to...
Oh, I've kicked out Martinelli since. I've looked at the...
But guess what? So let me ask you this. So if you have Martinelli, will you keep him?
If you have Martinelli today, right, for the game week, because I do not, if I can take my Martinelli out for a Mitoma, I will. But because it's a double game week, right, I would not touch him. But beyond that, there's no other reason why Martinelli is there.
I'm asking because I have him in my team. I don't
need a tip. Yeah, because the double game week, you don't need to take him out. But immediately, if he doesn't give you numbers in the double game week, please take him out. Because I think he's going through fatigue. Yeah. And then again, one big reason why you should take him out. One big reason why you should take him out, right? And why most people have taken him out is fantasy. He's now sharing game time with Trossard.
Yeah,
I changed him for Trossard.
Yeah, so your probability on him giving you points is no more.
The only reason why Trossard is even in the question because he's not performing to the level. So that's the only reason. I mean, if Martinelli was doing the level that he was in the beginning of the season, Trossard would sit.
I disagree though.
If Martinelli was doing very well, he will still share game time with Trossard.
Yeah, probably 10 minutes.
It'll be like how Nketiah was sharing time with Jesus.
I disagree with that.
Guess what? The only reason Saka is playing 90 minutes today, and I think Arsenal is overusing Saka because there's no competition.
No direct competition for Saka. Nelson was trying to see if he come back. He go enjoy the game. I mean, the guy is.
Nelson is more on the left.
Yeah, but plays right sometimes. So what about let's talk about the Merseyside derby. I know that over is no more as competitive as it should be. But again, derby brings out the best in players. Sticky,
I actually think this will be the most competitive it has been. But Sticky, what do
you think? Or do you want to get any player from Liverpool or Everton?
Hell no. Let me start by saying hell no. Yes, Sean Dyche is back and trying to get
negative how to play that.
It's going to be hard for me. I don't think Liverpool they've been woeful, and I mean, if
Wolves 3-0,
I am going to avoid. I'm avoiding Liverpool assets, Everton assets for now. I'm watching, their games and seeing if they improve. But man, for now,
Bond
0.
I mean, there's nothing else to be said. The Merseyside derby is just there for entertainment at the moment.
Yeah.
FPL wise, I don't think there's any. I mean, you must be mad.
I think it's a double D, right? The derby for the drowning.
I see that game. See if there'll be like one goal in that game.
Drowning derby.
What if Everton beats Liverpool?
Splash and grab.
And it's very possible because those guys.
It won't be a surprising result here.
Based on Liverpool's form.
Wow.
And it's a derby because a derby anything can happen.
Liverpool been that bad?
It might actually be very interesting.
Who did Liverpool buy during the January window?
They bought
Gakpo.
Gakpo has been.
Gakpo and who?
I can't remember.
I think
I've not been paying attention to Liverpool.
I think Liverpool is done with the season. I think even to them, they're already planning for next season. And I don't think you should write them off next season. I think they are still a force.
Right, they have that team that's there. I mean, you see how all these players are coming up. That injured. Their injuring list is only comparable to Chelsea's.
That reminds me. There's that guy that. Let me cut you guys a little. There's that guy that played for Man U. Facundo Pellistri.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Bro, man.
The guy,
That guy is good and so young.
Energy.
Why has some young things coming up?
He tried.
I think that'd be a good feature. If you can keep them.
Wasn't it one that even,
games.
put in the effort for the goal,
Yeah,
Dalot.
Yeah,
Dalot.
he was one who gave it to Dalot and all of that, man. That's a name we should watch out for, to be honest.
Yeah, Facundo.
Okay.
Future fantasy player, man.
Facundo.
So,
I think it's 22.
I think it's no that. What are Newcastle
Uruguay,
assets,
yeah.
defenders?
I mean,
Probably
so
Wilson.
for my own team now, I doubled up on Newcastle assets. Now they're going to have a blank, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Same with
Just
my new.
enjoy them now.
I'm
Enjoy
just
them and put
enjoying
them
them
When
in
is
now.
blank?
The blank is in 2 game
25.
weeks.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, it's in 2 game weeks, and then the Man U's having the blank at the same game week. So I'm just hoping that Nico Williams has a good game because he's gonna play. Nico
But
Williams.
sometimes doesn't start.
He has been giving him. Nico Williams gave me 5
yeah,
points
last game week.
week.
Yeah,
So
I have in my bench.
shit. So yeah, he's on my bench as well. So it looks as if he's gonna
keep
play.
him. Please keep
So-
him.
Yeah, you're coming for him.
I think that's about it. Okay, so we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We want to talk a bit about our our flagship platform, official Naija FPL. So there's some guys in this group, Oscar.
The blood.
They're too good. I don't know.
I don't think we're playing with human beings. Like, I think there are some extra
Terrestrials.
Yeah.
I mean,
so.
really. Anyway, shout out to the top 3 from last game week. C.F. de Ma'azi first. Second was K. X-Men. See the name yourself.
What point? Somebody finish.
So C.F. de Ma'azi 125 points.
Wow.
K. X-Men 124 points.
What?
L Star Glorioso 121 points. I mean,
Imagine.
when you hear
Very
the
slight
name of their
margins.
teams, you know that they are serious people. They are serious gentlemen.
Something
and
else.
ladies. Yeah, what do you think? How do we catch up with these guys? Because I try to see if I can be top 3 every game week, but it's not happening.
You have not done 1 game week. See, that's how bad it is. Like,
It's
as
not
much
happening.
as we're looking at Salvy that, he knows FPL.
But
So some of these guys, I mean, they're going to be on this show because obviously some of these guys know FPL better than me.
I think for the person that finishes top this season would we'll have a package for him. A package for him. Yeah.
I mean, we have a package for the top 10. A wonderful package that we've always posted and all of that. It's monetary and all of that. But I am actually thinking I should take a personal one for who finishes first because I think that person has done well.
Same here.
And it will not be monetary, but it will be an experience.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's your experience.
See, when Oscar tells you to experience, be careful. Just, take extract from your
Yeah,
home for
experience.
like a while.
Yeah, person should be ready to bowl.
So guys, join the official Naija FPL if you haven't. It's not too late. It's an exciting league. We're about how many members now?
3K
Almost 3,000, yeah.
Plus, we have a Telegram group. You can see it somewhere up there. Join us, interact. We banter a lot, and I mean it's quite exciting.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about captain choices quickly before we go. I know there's not consensus, but the popular captain in Haaland. I'm still looking at it, but I mean Saka is there.
It's a double game week, and it's like you said, Saka is there, Odegaard is there.
Or just to play safe with Haaland.
Talking about going safe, City against Aston Villa and Arsenal. I think, Haaland is my captain. No.
I thought you were going to surprise us.
No.
Anybody with a different captain choice?
See, I haven't yet made my captain choice. Like you said, the problem with that thing is if you don't choose Haaland, right, and Haaland performs and you don't perform, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
But if you choose someone else apart from Haaland, and that person performs and Haaland doesn't
that's
perform,
why
you're
it's
gonna-
going
I mean,
safe.
like
That's why it's going either going safe
Like last
or
game with now,
gambling.
Uti chose Haaland.
Yeah, and
Our producer chose Haaland.
and he went down
Oscar,
with
he
it.
said what? He said, I'm 8. Like, what's that?
I'm going to be captain in Saka.
Oh yeah, now wait. So wait. You know, we did not call out our host for the week.
I thought you guys
For his captain choices.
But it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so
Why is
bad.
it so bad? But
Bruno,
like better.
I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, really, I got this
Bruno,
wrong.
he had
Haaland.
Bruno, he had Rashford, but Bruno was his captain.
Yeah.
And at least he still had the Rashford half points.
Yeah, but if I
everything.
mean, I didn't get.
I don't think it was so
but
bad.
It
I
was
mean,
just a gamble.
hu-
If I
human
walked
being-
out,
Yeah, human beings captain Haaland. And that's why today they are behind the scenes.
Oh my god.
don't leave me.
Wow.
Don't leave me.
Profoski.
Don't leave me.
Wow.
Listen,
Surulere FC.
that's the power too.
You don't have
Hi,
anything to say.
Surulere FC.
You don't have anything to say.
Anyway, I mean, so Saka, I like that option. I think it's good to have a different captain. I'm leaning towards Saka, but because of what happened last game, I just play safe and deal with Haaland.
Okay, so my take is Haaland is coming to the Emirates, and
Doesn't do it away
and
from
the
home.
numbers shows that
Big
he doesn't
teams.
do well
Big teams.
against big teams away, right? And of course, he's now coming to the biggest team, right?
Don't
And
So-
so
sorry
it
to
might-
cut you short.
So
Sorry
might be
to
a
cut you
little-
short. Someone said Arsenal are the low budget Man City.
yeah, but the high budget is behind us, which is fine, right?
Okay.
And he's now going to go also to Aston Villa,
Yeah.
and I think Emery is doing a wonderful job with that team. I don't know what you guys think, but I think
He is.
Emery is experienced
the player
enough to know how to cut Haaland
Underrated.
out, right? I don't think Haaland is going to score at the same rate he scored in the first half of the season, because it always happens in the Premiership. They find you out.
Yeah.
Right, it always happens. Premiership is very technical, and I look at Bond and he's shaking his head for me, but that's
Ellen
fine.
Brout Haaland.
But that's fine. On the other hand, yeah, it might be sentiments that will make me captain Saka, right? Because one, we're going against Brentford. I think Saka has at least one goal in that match,
No doubt.
and against
He's on pens.
and against Man City, he's going against that Lewis boy, right? So I don't know. We'll come back here on another game week, and we'll know whether we made the right or wrong choice.
That's his balls. No gods, no glory.
Yes, sir.
So that's it from us, guys.
I'll take tips from you people.
So join us again next week.
No, but
same
wait.
time.
So you're captaining Haaland.
Yeah.
Haaland.
Savvy, you're captaining Haaland.
Haaland, yeah.
Bon, you're captaining Haaland.
I might
I'm
change my
taking
mind
tips from
though.
you people.
Okay,
Change
I'll
my
go
mind,
and
though.
listen to the show.
I'll do Saka for the culture.
I'll listen to the show.
Note it down, guys.
I'll
If
listen
it
to the
works,
show.
he's a genius.
Guys, I'm going to follow you guys and we'll watch the show again and make my decision.
So on that note, guys, we come to the end of today's episode. Join us again next week. Same time, same gang, same story.
Peace out.
guys.
Same gang, same story. Mad.
Yes, bro.